Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to today's intuitive tapping break. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this morning, and we're going to be working on doing a wind down routine with EFT. Ronnie, my dog, is sitting around here. Of course, as soon as I go live, he starts whining. He wants to go outside, but he's not allowed. There's coyotes around. Hey, okay. So usually, it depends on where you are with your and how your natural energy flows, right? So some people like to get up in the morning. Some people really feel like it gives them a good head start of the day or on the day when they get up early before everybody else, when they kind of take that time for themselves first thing in the morning. I am the complete opposite. I am useless before, 9:30. I get what I need to get done for my kids in the morning, but I don't actually book any calls, book any appointments. Sometimes 9 o'clock is something that is doable for me, but most of the time between 9:30 and 10 is when I actually start to get my win for the day. I am somebody who also winds down at the end of the day. I find that way more better or way more, uh, it's proper for me. I don't know if that makes sense. I find that way more constructive for me if I wind down at the evening versus trying to get myself wound up for the day. So today we're going to do that. We're going to work on doing a bit of a wind down routine with EFT and helping you to just relax so that you can get a restful night of sleep, so that you can start to feel so that you can surrender to the rest, right? Because this, I think, is a big thing that I actually talked about in a couple of posts that I've been working on for Instagram, is where our subconscious mind and our body cannot tell the difference between what is reality and what is imagined. So if we are taking a moment to take a break, to rest, to take time out for ourselves as moms, and our mind is still going 100 miles a minute, if we are still overthinking about what we said or what we did or what's going to happen or how's this going to work, or if we're stressing about things, if we're looking from our mind's perspective, if we're taking a look at like our schedule, our tasks, like the never ending to-do list, conflict, confrontation, restriction or resistance or whatever it might be that you're coming up with, when you sit down to take a break, if you're thinking about that stuff, your body doesn't know that you're not actually doing the things that you're thinking about, right? Because of the subconscious aspect between it. Now, can work for you because of visualization. This is, I think, why in sports therapy and like all of that kind of stuff, sports visualization and that kind of thing works so well, because people can see themselves moving to the finish line. They can see themselves making a certain play, and their body and their subconscious start to become familiar with what they're thinking about, and then they can start to actually act on that in a certain way because it feels familiar. And so this kind of like something that they're naturally being drawn to, versus if they're not thinking about it, then their body's just kind of stuck in autopilot mode. So with that in mind, we want to be able to create a condition or an experience or an atmosphere for ourselves as we wind down, Ronnie, sorry, as we take a break, whether you're winding down for the end of the day or whether you're just taking a moment to get like a little break, right? So let's do some tapping on this. If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Megan Basita. I'm an energy management mentor, and I work with moms to help them leverage their energy so that they can make the most of their time, which essentially means what I just said. We are really taking a look at what we're feeling on the inside, being able to work with that, taking a look at our mood, our mindset, our motivational state, and to leverage that as best we can, even the low and slow states, even the low and slow. And if you'd like to learn more, if you're curious about this a little bit more, you can go ahead and join the Energy Led Mompreneur membership as of the February 17th. Today is the 15th of February. The 17th, I am starting to charge for this membership. If you'd like to get in as a founding member for free and you're catching this before February 17th, go and sign up through the link in the description here, and you can get into that space for free. Okay, so As you're winding down for the end of the day, yes, we still have things to do, but as things start to slow down, we can start to bring our attention and be a little bit more mindful. We can be more present. We can be, take more deep breaths, start to become a little bit more patient with whatever it is that we're doing. So for me, sometimes this looks like making sure that my kids are a little bit older now. They have a little bit more independence. They can handle a lot more on their own. So they get dressed for bed, they get washed and brushed for bed. And if there's time, they get to read. So they get to go and do that. And then I will come in, tuck them in, turn out lights, and do that stuff with them. But as that part starts to as we start to move into that routine of our night or our evening, I will start to become more aware of my breath. I will take bigger breaths. I will move more slowly, more intentionally, maybe not more slowly, but more intentionally with more presence. So with whatever I'm doing, whether if it's I am, tidying up the kitchen a little bit. Sometimes I, won't do the dishes until that evening, whether I'm loading the dishwasher or actually washing the dishes. I will start to become really, really mindful about what it is that I am doing. I will breathe deeper and I will start to pay attention specifically to the things that I am doing. Now, it's not just tidying up or cleaning up, although that is a big part of my evening wind down. I also sometimes will make some tea. I will make myself a snack. I will do something, but whatever it is that I'm doing, I will get very present. I will get very mindful, and I will start to really expand in the moment, which for me means it is like slowing down the moment for me for when I do this. So let's go ahead and do a round of tapping in releasing, the hustle and the bustle or the chaos or the things that have come up throughout the day, and so you can start kind of winding down and processing. So we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand here, taking a nice gentle breath and say, even though today was a busy day, I had a lot on the go, and I would like to start winding things down. I love and accept myself deeply and completely right now. Even though there was a lot on the go today, I feel like there are still some things I need to do, but I'm ready to take down my energy a notch and become more present and mindful in what I am doing. And I love and accept myself deeply and completely today. Even though part of me still thinks that I need to rush around the house, that I need to quickly make things happen, that there's a part of me that's still engaged in a chaotic, frantic, scattered state of energy. And that's okay. I love and accept myself where I'm at right now. So we're going to move to the top of the head and we're going to say, part of me is still in day mode. Eyebrow point. Part of me still thinks I need to rush around and get things done. Side of the eye. Part of me is still in efficient workload mode. Underneath the eye. And this mode helps me get things done during the day. Underneath the nose. This mode helps me to keep things moving. Underneath the mouth. That helps me to keep things on track. Collarbone point. But as I wind down for the evening, underneath the arms, I want to make sure that I'm switching modes. Underneath the chest. I give myself permission tonight. Wrist points to start turning down the levels. for my energetic control panel. Eyebrow points. I'm starting to breathe more deeply. Side of the eye. I'm starting to feel more centered and settled. Underneath the eye. Instead of doing things, I'm switching into underneath the nose. Organizing myself for tomorrow. Underneath the mouth. It's safe for me to move into this different energy. Collarbone point. It's safe for me to switch modes. Underneath the arms. I am now available for underneath the chest. Being more present, more mindful and intentional. Wrist points. Really slowing things down for the evening. Top of the head. And I give myself permission to practice this more today. All right, good job. So taking that into consideration. So sometimes you might come back to this video and you might come back to like, I need somebody to hold this space for me, to help me start to wind down, to help me start to, manage those functions, to manage that control panel that I have within myself. Like I need help to hold space for that, because if I'm, sometimes if I'm left up to my own devices, I will keep on going. It might seem like I have a lot of energy, a lot of momentum still going in that direction of, getting things done. I have a bit of more of a drive to get things done. I have more energy. And even though that might be the case in the evening, I do want to be, again, more present, more mindful, and more intentional about how I am doing things. So this, it really is as simple as just taking deeper breaths. As you are tidying up for the evening, as you are making a list for what you need to do for the next day, as you are getting things prepared for the next day, take deeper breaths. Be more mindful about, I'm moving this here. I'm washing this dish here. I'm rinsing this. I'm putting it in the dish rack. I'm putting this in the dishwasher. And it just like really slows down the nervous system. And then we are going to move into this next round about really taking a look at the senses, specifically your sight and your sound sense. So for me personally, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned with EFT tapping, and which EFT tapping has helped me understand, but has also facilitated my ability, is to really withdraw my senses, to really like soothe my own senses without needing something else to do that, without needing snacks, without needing, wine, without needing, some kind of comfort that is external from me to help me wind down, right? So yeah, it's EFT has been the thing that I can actually just sit there. I can tap on my fingers. This is a little bit more advanced, but I can tap on my fingers, I can take a breath, and I can just breathe and tap through the points, whatever it might be. I can actually sit down and talk it out with myself. I can journal it out. I can do a round of tapping, or I can, I'm a part of a membership that's really amazing with my EFT tapping coach, and she has hundreds and hundreds probably of tapping sessions, like really quick 20-minute tapping sessions where I can just pick one of those and it's relevant to me, it's relevant to the topic that's top of mind that I'm having a hard time winding down for myself, and then I tap through it with that, and really just getting things out of my head and either out loud, saying it out loud, or getting it onto paper is really something that helps me free up that mental real estate, or that emotional real estate, or that physical real estate, in order for me to actually start to wind down. So today, for this next round, we're going to take a look at the sight and the sound senses, because I think those are the two most stimulated or overstimulated, overextended senses that we have as moms. And so really making sure that, you know what, yeah, we're starting to gather those senses back towards us. We're starting to like kind of bring them back from where we've distributed them out, so to speak, right? So they're like little, there are little minions or our little feelers that we put out there during the day to make sure that we're paying attention to things, to make sure that we are being mindful about what's going on around us and with our kids and with our spouse, or when we're driving, or where we're going, or what we're, you know, what we need to keep track of. And then at the end of the day, we need to bring those minions, we need to bring those little feelers back to us so that they can rest and recuperate, right? Otherwise, they are constantly out there, they're constantly picking up stuff, they're constantly bringing things back to us, and we are constantly just stimulated, we're constantly extending ourselves out, we're constantly observing when we need to be, you know, gathering back to ourselves. So we're going to start by tapping on the side of the hand again. And take a nice gentle deep breath and say, even though I have had to pick up on a lot of things today. That's okay. I love and accept myself now. And I'm ready to gather those sensations back. Even though I've had to be on the ball today. I've had to really pay attention to things. I'm ready to give these parts of me a break so that I can rest and recuperate and be ready for tomorrow. As I wind down this evening, I am getting ready to gather back my energy, to withdraw my senses a little bit more this evening, so that I can find some peace and quiet for myself. Okay, we're going to go to the top of the head and say, I have had to be on the ball today. Eyebrow point. I've had to observe and witness a lot of things. Side of the eye. I have had a lot of information come my way. Underneath the eye. My sight and sound senses. Underneath the nose have been really stimulated today. Underneath the mouth. I'm grateful that I can do this in that moment. Collarbone point. And I am grateful that I have these senses. Underneath the arms to navigate my day. Underneath the chest. But it's time now to gather my energy back to me. Wrist points. To allow myself to withdraw. Top of the head. So that I can rest and recuperate. Eyebrow point. And be ready for another day tomorrow. Side of the eye. I forgive myself for believing. Underneath the eye. That I have to be on the ball 24/7, 365 days a year. Underneath the nose. I give myself a break today. Underneath the mouth. I'm ready to rest my eyes. Collarbone point. I'm ready to withdraw my senses of sound. Underneath the eyes. Or sorry, underneath the arms. My sense of sight. Underneath the chest. and just be with myself right now. This point. I give myself permission, top of the head, to not be as focused or attentive, eyebrow point, to what's going on around me, side of the eye. As things wind down for the evening, underneath the eye, I choose to wind down too. Underneath the eye, or nose, so that I can be well rested for another day. Okay, so taking a nice gentle breath there and just noticing how that helps you shift. So we're this last round, we're actually going to do a little bit of a tapping meditation, because I do think it's important to have space held for you so that you can start to recognize what it feels like, or the process that you can just do for yourself at any time you need to start to withdraw your senses, to start to bring those, antenna and those microphones, those megaphones that you've got out around you that are helping you pick up and navigate what's going on around you, and start to bring them back, or to turn them down, or to turn them off, so that they're not picking up on what's going on around you necessarily, but they are starting to, be a little bit more silent, so that you can get that settled energy, that well rested energy that you need, um, in order to carry on to do things again the next day. So, this is where I think EFT is an amazing tool to help us relieve chronic and accumulated stress, overwhelm, exhaustion, all of that kind of stuff, right? So anything that we have been overstimulated and overextended in for, how many years, right? How old are your kids? How demanding have you been, or how long have you been in a demanding job? How long have you been in a relationship with yourself or with others where you are constantly trying to adjust yourself according to what's happening on the outside, where you're trying to be really attentive to what's going on around you so that you can um, adjust yourself accordingly. And this really does stem from wanting to feel some sense of safety. So there was maybe possibly an experience or something that we've been taught or conditioned along the way in our life, where we've maybe not, it hasn't been directly us that we've experienced this, but we've observed it in others, and we've absorbed how they handle things, because they needed to be hyper aware about their surroundings in order to feel safe, in order to feel useful, in order to feel worthy, right? They needed to be there at the shift of an energy. They were there to pick up the slack of whatever was needed, right? So um, we're learning now that we don't have to be on the ball 24/7, and of course this depends on where you are in your state of motherhood and what you have going on in your current experience, right? And adjusting it accordingly. But that doesn't mean that even if you have a newborn baby, that you can't take 5 minutes for yourself to really like gather all of your energy and like cocoon yourself back up into that, because it really doesn't take a lot of time. If you're practicing this on a regular basis, it doesn't take a lot of time. That's, I think, a big myth, is that it takes so long to be able to fully recuperate what it is and like get us back up to, a reservoir level of, supportive energy or supportive stores or whatever you want to call it, where we can be mindful, we can be, we can do things, and we can have, fluid um, thoughts and emotions, where they're not drastically like sucking us dry, right? Like they're not draining us completely. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of a tapping meditation. So I would like you to just kind of take a moment here. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you are softening your gaze, maybe just really staring at something that is super neutral, right? We don't want to overstimulate. I know that it is sometimes hard for people to close their eyes, because then their mind goes a little bit cuckoo crazy, and that's okay. So just soften your gaze, but really be mindful that you're not overstimulating what you're looking at, right? So we're going to start by tapping on the top of the head and taking a nice gentle breath in and out. And just start to feel that breath. Ooh, you can stretch if you need to, fidget. I'm always about getting physically comfortable as possible. Eyebrow point. Taking a nice gentle breath in and out again. And as you're breathing in, kind of feel yourself lifting up. And then as you are breathing out or exhaling, allow yourself to sink more into your physical space. So maybe resting against the back of the chair or leaning back on the couch. Moving to the side of the eye now, you're tapping and taking a gentle breath in and out. Just allow your eyes to maybe softly close or to be less stimulated. We're just kind of putting on that blank stare or letting those eyelids rest. Underneath the eye now, we're going to take a gentle breath in and out again. Maybe just feel those eyelids getting heavier, resting more fully, relaxing your forehead. Moving now underneath the nose, tapping gently and taking a gentle breath in and out. And starting to notice what you're hearing. So maybe you can hear your kids in the background. Maybe you can hear, stuff moving around, stuff going on in the room around you or outside. Moving now to underneath the mouth, tapping gently and taking a gentle breath in and out. Just noticing what you hear around you. And now tapping on the collarbone point, taking a nice gentle breath in and out. You're going to bring your hearing, that sense of hearing, that sense of sound, and you're bringing it closer to you. So what can you hear within the room that you're in? And just noticing it. You don't have to make it mean anything. You don't have to engage in it or participate, just noticing. Moving now, tapping underneath the arms and taking a gentle breath in and out. And see if you can bring that sense of sound even more close to you. So maybe you can hear yourself tapping on your body. You can hear yourself breathing. Maybe there's other sounds that you can hear within your body, your heartbeat. And moving now to underneath the chest, tapping gently and taking a nice breath in and out. Allowing those eyes to become heavier and heavier, relaxing your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. Gently tapping your wrist points together now. Listening to the sound of your breath, the gentle tapping of your wrists. Moving to the top of your head again, tapping gently, taking a nice deep breath here. Just allowing the sight and sound senses to be focused on you. Eyebrow point, tapping gently, taking a nice deep breath in and out. Just feel yourself settling more into your physical space, your physical body. Tapping on the side of the eye, breath in and out. feeling more rest and relaxation come over your body now. Tapping underneath the eye, taking a nice, gentle, deep breath in and out. Getting more familiar with how it feels to be at rest. Underneath the nose. Taking a nice, gentle, deep breath in and out. Forgiving the part of you that maybe wants to think a little bit more about what's going on. Underneath the mouth. Taking a nice, gentle breath in and out. Just forgive that part of you. It's just doing its job. And it can continue to do its job. But you're going to focus on the part of you that's withdrawing, going in. Moving to the collarbone point now. Breathing gently in and out. Really honoring that part of you that's withdrawing the sight and the sound senses. Moving underneath the arms. Taking a gentle breath in. Relaxing the forehead, the cheeks, your jaw even more. Underneath the chest. Taking a nice gentle breath in and out again. Again, listening to the sound of your breath, listening to you tap on yourself, your clothes rustling. Maybe you can hear your heartbeat. Bringing your wrist points together, tapping gently. Taking a nice, big, deep breath in and out. Oh, even yawning. You can stop tapping for a moment here. Just sit in the settled space that you've created for yourself here. Relaxing your eyes, relaxing your jaw, your cheek, your forehead. And listening to the sound of your breath. Okay. And so you can sit here for as long as you would like. You can be in this space anytime that you need. And if you're ready, when you are ready, just gently, gently flutter your eyes open. You can give yourself a bit of a stretch. Yeah, just really when you're coming out of that, you want to be gentle with yourself. You're not coming out shooting out of gate number 9, right? We're not diving back into life, the chaos, the hustle and bustle. This is the space where you can start to be very mindful, very observant, very patient and present with yourself and whatever it is that you're doing. From this space, you can go and do whatever it is that you need to do from this moment and keep that presence, keep that spaciousness that you created from having your eyes and your ears closed or a little bit more attuned to what's going on within you and around you. No, within you, from around you, not around you. But as you move to the things that are going on around you, and as you move through the things that you're doing, just keep this space, keep this energy as long as you can, right? And see how you react differently to things or how you respond differently to things. See how you move through the evening wind down, the evening motions. Use this before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. I think that's something that I've always used. And again, you can just tap on the side of your fingers, like on your nail bed, And you can, I do this when I can't sleep sometimes, and like if I'm sleeping and my husband's next to me and I do like, I just want to like do a quick, I will just do like this. And I'll just breathe, and then I'll start to close my eyes, soften my face, and then bring my hearing from like out there to in here, right? So what's going on in the rooms around me? Can I hear the fridge moving or running or making noises, or appliances making noises, or the clock ticking from outside my room? And then I bring my mind and my focus to what's going on in the room around me. So usually there's nothing, or they're snoring. And so I can, be mindful, okay, there's that, and use it as like a really, sometimes it's not, snoring is not like a, not an ambient noise. It's not conducive to that. But anyway, again, just bringing your sight and sound closer and closer and closer, so that you are now, paying attention to your breathing, so that you are actually feel that softness behind your eyes, so that you feel that darkness, so that you feel, sometimes it sounds really weird, but I'll close my eyes and I'll be like still paying attention to what it is that I was looking at before, like with my eyes closed, like I can still see it in my mind's eye, and I can still see the light. But if I really get like, if I get really mindful and I get really, really present, and I like, it's like there's another, I can darken, I can dim that brightness from behind my eyes if I'm just really relaxing my eyes, right? So that's why, yeah, focus on relaxing the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw, all of those things really contribute to my stress and strain when it comes to especially my sight. But yeah, try that on for size, see how that works for you, see how well you can practice that, like as you go through it, and let me know what comes up for you. So I hope that this wind down with EFT was helpful for you. I'd love to hear more. And if you would like to deepen your practice with EFT, with energy management, with your motherhood experience, or with your maybe you're an entrepreneur as well. So I have the Energy Led Mompreneur membership. Again, it's free until February 17th. I will start to charge it on a monthly basis for that membership. But if you become a founding member before February 17th, you will be in there for free. You'll get it for free until you unsubscribe. So I also have EFT session tapping bundles. Did I say that right? Sessions. EFT tapping sessions, yeah. 6 to 9 session bundles, and I also have energy management sessions. Those are one-off, as well as one-off progress moon readings. So if any of those sound interesting for you, reach out. I'd love to talk to you more about that. And otherwise, have an amazing rest of your day. We will see you next week. Have a good week.